Today in the battle arena, we've got two of the most iconic villains of all time. Darth Vader is going up against Voldemort. So who's come out on top here? Well, let's find out. Anakin Skywalker was once a heroic Jedi Knight, but was seduced by the powers of the dark side and became the Dark Lord known as Darth Vader in an attempt to save the life of his wife and unborn children. However, in spite of everything he has done, there are still remnants of good in him. Even after transformation into Darth Vader, Anakin was still a skilled fighter, and actually used a lot of the same fighting styles. These consisted of Form 5, which allows him to deflect blaster fire with ease and even block shots from freighters, and Form 4, which was best used in open spaces and could be used to block incoming projectiles. In fact, some people are able to figure out that Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker simply by observing his fighting style. However, the new suit significantly limited his speed and agility, but he was much stronger and more pain resistant as a result. This didn't stop him though, and Vader consistently fought and killed dozens of Jedi, including Jedi Masters. Vader's also very skilled at throwing his lightsaber, as he's actually been able to down ships with a lightsaber throw. After transformation into a cyborg, even though his injuries had physically crippled him, Vader believed that the suffering that he'd experienced had both perfected his soul and freed him from the needs of the flesh, allowing him to concentrate solely on his connection with the Force. Because of this, his connection to the Force didn't suffer, and in fact, you could argue that it increased. He's been able to stop an AT-AT from stepping on him, bring down spaceships, and can even move objects without having to gesture to them, allowing him to throw objects with the Force while engaged in lightsaber combat. He's also infamous for the Force choke, and will crush or snap the neck of an adversary. So that's what we got in one corner. None other than the Sith Lord himself, Darth Vader. But entering the ring in the other corner, well, it's the Dark Wizard himself, Voldemort. A Dark Wizard of nearly unmatched power. Lord Voldemort is the main antagonist of the Harry Potter series. His rise to power is marked by atrocities so horrifying that few wizards dared to even speak his name. Voldemort was an extremely talented wizard, even as a student, with Dumbledore saying that he might have been the best student Hogwarts had ever seen. As an adult, he became a tremendously powerful and accomplished wizard with almost unrivaled skill, and he's been deemed to be the only dark wizard possibly capable of surpassing even Grindelwald. Voldemort claimed that he'd experimented and pushed the boundaries of magic farther than ever been pushed before. And Dumbledore said that Voldemort was possibly the most knowledgeable wizard alive. This degree of power and knowledge, coupled with his blatant lack of morals, made him an extremely dangerous adversary. Voldemort is also extremely talented and accomplished in the dark arts, having knowledge in the most unknown and complex dark magic capable, and is exceptionally skilled in all three of the unforgivable curses. He was able to use the Cruciatus curse and the Purus curse even while weakened, but has a particular affection for the killing curse, having killed a plethora of people throughout the years. Voldemort is also a master duelist, having overwhelmed 3 master duelists at once, although he did only choose to combat duelists that he deemed were worthy. His dueling style was ironically a lot like Dumbledore's, as it's incredibly unpredictable. He would instinctively switch styles at the blink of an eye, and is extremely aggressive, using powerful dark magic to overwhelm his opponents. Voldemort's fighting skills are even so great, he's able to challenge Albus Dumbledore with the Elder Wand. End of the day, Voldemort really is one of, if not the most powerful and dangerous dark wizard of all time. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Nowadays, we've got two of the most iconic villains in all of pop culture going head to head. Harry Potter versus Star Wars. Darth Vader versus Voldemort. So who's coming on top here? Well, let's find out. And first off, I want to take a closer look at the Dark Lord of the Sith. Darth Vader has routinely and casually been able to pick grown men up with just one hand and choke them to death. He's crushed blasters, lightsaber blades, and holocrons in the palm of his hand, broke free of metal restraints, literally right after being given his new robotic body, and is even able to use his lightsaber to hack all the way through the leg of an AT-AT. And then with durability, well, that's where Vader's cybernetic body can really come in handy. He's been smacked around by a large super cyborg rancor, proving great blunt force durability. He's been unaffected by small explosions, been caught in large explosions, not been affected by close range explosions, even with his helmet off, and even started explosions and blasts from an AT-AT. He's taken Force Lightning from the Emperor, which had previously severely injured Darth Maul, and he's even routinely been able to take lightsaber attacks and keep on fighting. And finally, with speed, well, Vader's been able to routinely move his lightsaber so quickly that he leaves behind blurs of light and after images, been able to blitz opponents like it was nothing and deflect barrages of laser blast, again, like it was nothing. But that's not all. Darth Vader also has his force powers and his lightsaber. Starting out, Darth Vader is a whole lot more inclined to just spam his force powers throughout the fight. Probably because he isn't as agile or maneuverable in a duel as his younger counterpart. He's able to easily toss opponents aside or disarm them, redirect gunfire, or even manipulate an opponent into firing against whoever or firing whenever he wants. Vader casually threw objects at Luke during their fight without even looking or gesturing at them. He's able to unleash telekinetic waves and launch people backwards, and is even powerful enough to destroy AT-AT walkers with the Force, or bring down ships and prevent them from flying. Vader's also very skilled at throwing and controlling his blade while in the air, throwing his blade to take down a Y-Wing, hurling his lightsaber during his battle with Luke, and even throwing his lightsaber into the mouth of the Lilac Queen, controlling it while it was inside of her, and ripping her organs and innards apart. Vader also loves a good force choke, choking countless foes throughout the years. Really, Darth Vader is incredibly versatile with the Force, being able to create force barriers and even absorb a force push, absorb and deflect blaster bolts with his hands. He can use the Force to increase the intensity of his lightsaber, and has actually consistently been able to prove that the Force can overcome machines and technology. And then in terms of fighting skill, well, Grand Moff Tarkin said that he's never seen someone use a lightsaber as rapid or as lethal as Vader. He's been able to block blaster fire from an entire squadron of rebels at point blank range, easily block against multiple droids firing at multiple different angles, is even able to take down an entire group of rebels by himself. He's even knowledgeable in all 7 forms of lightsaber fighting, whereas most Jedi and Sith are just knowledgeable or masters of 1 or 2. However, here's the thing. While Vader is knowledgeable on all seven forms, he's no longer a master in any one particular form. After receiving his cybernetic enhancements and armor, he had to retool his fighting style, becoming much more direct than he was previously, and forming more of a hybrid fighting style in order to fit his new body. But what about Voldemort? Well, for starters, Voldemort is just as strong and durable as a normal human. But the guy is actually pretty fast. Voldemort is able to operate in combat, operating all around in his fight with Dumbledore, able to fight 1-on-3 during the Battle of Hogwarts, battling against McGonagall, second or third most powerful wizard in the school, after Dumbledore and probably Snape. Shacklebolt, a highly trained and one of the best oars out there, and Slughorn, who was also there. But here's the thing, spells in the Harry Potter universe have a very set and defined travel speed. Now, granted, some of this does depend on how skilled the wizard is, and even possibly the spell itself. So, a highly skilled wizard like Voldemort should be able to cast spells faster than a normal witch or wizard, but still, they're not very fast. For starters, the wizard actually has to cast the spell, speaking the incantation and waving their wand, and then fire the spell, with most spells working out to be moving 30-40 feet per second. So fast, but definitely not too fast for a prepared defender to have time to dodge or block the attack. And this is backed up literally all the time in both the books and movies. As most every wizard has shown, they're able to block incoming spells with their own counter spells. And Harry and others have even dodged the killing curse before. But speaking of magic, speaking of spells, with his magic, well, Voldemort can do just about anything. He's one of the most powerful wizards in history, and is extremely proficient with the dark arts, being able to send a blast of energy and cause massive explosions. He's a master when it comes to manipulating fire, even being able to create snakes and other objects out of fire. He's a powerful practicer of legomancy, can possess bodies and plant thoughts in an opponent's head, and he can cast powerful shields, essentially block or deflect every spell besides Avada Kedavra itself. Voldemort can also fly without using a broom, and is a master of teleporting in battle, being able to appear behind an enemy and unleash a sneak attack, and he even almost killed Dumbledore with this technique. He can perform telekinesis and move people or things with no effort, forcing Harry to bow against his will, or send three wizards flying through the air. He can perform wandless magic, and being one of the most powerful wizards in all of history, it's presumable that he knows pretty much every charm, jinx, or curse in the book, even if he didn't cast the spell himself in the books or the movies. So we're talking about spells that can cause explosions, stun people, blind them, or wrap them up, or spells that can cause minor jinxes to rebound or hit the user. That's really just scratching the surface of everything Voldemort should be capable of. Then there are the three unforgivable curses. Crucio is an unblockable curse, causing severe pain to an opponent. It even makes them feel like their bones are on fire. Imperius is one of the Dark Lord's favorite spells, being able to easily control minds and bend someone to his will. And then his favorite and go-to attack, Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra is often considered to be one of the most powerful and most sinister spells in the whole Harry Potter universe. And when cast successfully, it causes an instantaneous and painless death. The killing curse is also a conventionally unblockable curse, meaning that shielded charms won't defend against it, although it can still be dodged or blocked with a actual physical barrier. Voldemort honestly is insanely powerful, being able to duel against Dumbledore, one of the most powerful wizards in the Harry Potter universe. He was even able to destroy the magical barrier protecting Hogwarts that was cast by multiple powerful wizards, and that dozens of Death Eaters weren't powerful enough to get through. However, here's the ultimate question. Darth Vader can definitely kill Voldemort. Choke him out, snap his neck with the Force, chop him down with his lightsaber, really do whatever he wants. Voldemort might not be gone forever, since his Horcruxes will still keep him around, but Voldemort's body can still be destroyed, and he has to rely on his followers and supporters to bring him back. The real question here is, can Voldemort use Avada Kedavra to kill Darth Vader? Well, I'm gonna say yes and no. Yes, Avada Kedavra can kill Darth Vader. Gonna go out on a limb and say that. But Vader can block it. Spells in Harry Potter travel around the same speed as blasters in Star Wars, and Vader easily blocks those every single day. Avada Kedavra can also be blocked by physical objects, which Vader's lightsaber is. It's even possible that the spell is stopped by Vader's Durasteel armor. It doesn't even reach his actual body. And if Vader can nullify Voldemort's most powerful attack, at the same time easily kill Voldemort with his own, well, I think that seals the deal here. Darth Vader can counter Avada Kedavra, can nullify really a lot of Voldemort's magic with the Force and his lightsaber, and can easily kill Voldemort himself, considering that Voldemort has really no durability to speak of. One saber slash, and it's all done for. So yeah, gonna have to give this one to Darth Vader more often than not. Darth Vader wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also be sure that like button, subscribe button, and turn notification on the DanCo army. And I will see y'all next time.